3 months into my pregnancy, my husband James Stevens dropped a bombshell. Let's get a divorce. The words hit me like a frigid slap, but before I could process the shock, I raced to his study, driven by a frantic need to know why, only to freeze at the door, every word of his conversation with a friend searing into my soul. I was reborn, he said, his tone light, almost triumphant. This time I'm not wasting a second on anything that doesn't matter. I'm here to make things right with Delia Prout. His friend's gasp was audible. Are you insane? Linda's 3 months pregnant. What if she's so hurt she terminates the pregnancy? James laughed, a sound devoid of any warmth. Why would I care? She went through 10 IVF cycles to get that baby. She'd never throw it away. He paused, his voice softening for Delia, and that's when the knife twisted deeper. Delia has no one. After leaving that deadbeat, she's been raising Charlie alone. I owe her this. Once Charlie turns 10, I'll go back to Linda. It's just 5 years. No big deal. Numbness flooded my limbs, cold as ice. My fingers moved on their own, dialing the abortion clinic's number. My voice steady even as my heart shattered. I need an abortion. As soon as possible. James called hours later, his tone sharp with impatience. Linda, how much longer are you going to drag this out? I can't divorce you while you're pregnant. But the second that baby's born, I'm filing. And let's be honest, you've done nothing but leech off me since we married. No job, no prospects. You'll never get custody, and you'll have nothing. His words dripped with contempt, erasing every sacrifice. The endless IVF appointments, the bitter meds, the sleepless nights. He even called my baby a brat. I agree to the divorce, I said, my voice hollow. There was a beat of stunned silence. Then his tone brightened, almost giddy. Really? Great, 5 days from now. Civil Affairs office. Don't worry. Focus on the baby. I'll visit once a month. Bought clothes. Even picked a name. I tuned him out, my eyes fixed on the text that had just popped up. Dear Miss Hayward, your abortion procedure is scheduled for 3 days from now. That night, a nightmare dragged me into a frozen wasteland. The cold was unbearable, but a warm glow from my belly cut through it. A tiny orb of light, a soft voice whispering, Mommy. I reached for it, tears streaming, but it faded before my fingers could touch it. Baby. I jolted awake, my lower belly throbbing, only to find James sitting on the edge of my bed, feigning concern. Nightmare. Before I could respond, the door slammed open. Charlie, Delia's 5-year-old son, charged in, screaming, Daddy. James had let him call him that, coddling him to ease his bullying woes. The boy glared at me, venom in his eyes. I was scared the bad woman would bully you. Before anyone could stop him, he scrambled onto the bed and stomped hard on my belly. Searing pain erupted, hot and unrelenting. I arched off the bed, cold sweat soaking my nightgown. James yanked Charlie away, but his concern faded the second Delia rushed in. Charlie, what happened? She cooed, pulling him into her arms. He burst into tears. I didn't do anything. She just screamed. Delia's eyes reddened, her voice trembling. James, maybe we should drop this. Charlie and I can't compete with her. James's gaze turned cold, locking on me. Linda, are you really framing a child to keep me? His grip on my wrist tightened, but the pain in my belly was worse. Our baby was slipping away. Help me. I begged, weak and trembling. My stomach hurts. He scoffed. Stop pretending. In my past life, you had our son just fine. Delia stepped in, fake concern oozing from her. Let me check. I've had a child. I know what to do. She pulled back the covers, then smiled coldly. Oh, nothing's wrong. You're just being dramatic. James's expression hardened. I knew you were faking it. My consciousness faded. The last thing I saw was Delia pulling James toward the door. When I woke, the sharp smell of disinfectant filled my nose, and my parents were by my side, my mother's hair disheveled, eyes swollen. Linda, you're hemorrhaging, my father said, his voice tight. The doctor needs James's signature for surgery. He called James, who sounded annoyed. Is Linda throwing another fit? Pregnancy's not that big of a deal. My friend was hauling packages at 8 months. She's just delicate. A woman's cry cut in. James. Charlie threw up. James's tone turned urgent. Dad, I have to go. I'll talk to her tonight. He hung up. Proceed with the surgery, my father ground out. I'll sign. That man is dead to us. When I woke again, my belly was flat. The tiny life that had been mine was gone. I reached for my phone. James had sent cold messages. Don't forget, 3 days from now. Divorce. You think ignoring me will change anything? I wish Delia and Charlie were my family. Our son would have turned out terrible with you raising him. I typed okay, sent it, then deleted his contact, clutching the small lotus-carved box holding my baby's remains. I'd had a monk chant for 49 days, hoping he'd find a better life. I walked down the hospital corridor. Maternity ward couples laughed, glowing with joy. And then I saw them, James, holding Charlie's hand, Delia clinging to his arm. They looked like a family. James's gaze dropped to my flat stomach, irritation flaring. What are you doing here? Delia giggled. Looking for James. I just felt unwell. He accompanied me. You shouldn't be running around hospitals. Bad for the baby, James sneered. That child's unlucky to be in your womb. In my past life, he was a genius. Got into a top university at 16. Daddy, Charlie pointed at my box. I want that. I slapped his hand away, rage and grief boiling over. Don't touch it, Charlie wailed, and James snapped. What's wrong with you? He's just a child. He pulled out a longevity lock. I'd once begged him to buy one for our baby, but he dismissed me. Take this. Happy now. That's mine, Charlie screamed, shoving me hard. I fell, the box flying from my hands. He snatched it and hurled it down the garbage chute. I lunged, but James held me tight. Enough. It's just a box, trash belongs in the garbage. Apologized to Charlie and Delia.